The Week 17 action on Sunday around the NFL featured quarterbacks, running backs, and wide receivers posting huge numbers. Great performances on display, while playoff seeds are still yet to be determined. But you know what's been determined? My top 5 performances from the Sunday slate of games in Week 17. Let's get right to it. Coming in at 5, Christian McCaffrey made sure his team would not lose. Run CMC rushed for 121 yards and also caught 6 passes for 72 yards. The Niners running back also scored a touchdown as he surpassed 1,000 yards rushing for the 3rd season and has scored touchdowns in 5 consecutive games. San Francisco needed all that production against the Raiders on Sunday. The Niners won their 9th consecutive game, edging Las Vegas in overtime, 37-34. At 4, what a day for Bucs wideout Mike Evans against the Panthers. Evans finished with 10 catches for 207 yards, scoring on receptions of 63, 57, and 30 yards. With his Week 17 performance, he made a bit of history too, becoming the first player in NFL history to begin a career with 9 consecutive seasons with 1,000-plus yards receiving. Evans hadn't scored a TD in 12 games since October 2nd and doubled his season total to 6. More on this game later. Coming in at 3 is a quarterback who has led the New York Giants back to the postseason. That would be Daniel Jones. On Sunday, Jones delivered a big-time performance against the Colts at MetLife Stadium. Danny Dimes completed 19 of 24 passes for 177 yards while throwing for 2 touchdowns and running for another 2. The 25-year-old QB threw touchdown passes of 6 yards to Richie James and Isaiah Hodgins in the first half and then scored on a run of 18 and 10 yards in the second half. He finished with 11 rushes for 91 yards as the Giants routed the Colts 38-10 to reach the playoffs for the first time since 2016. Coming in at number 2 is a man who is no stranger to this list, Mr. Patrick Mahomes. Not the sharpest Sunday for Mahomes, but he still put up some impressive numbers in a win. The Chiefs QB completed 29 of 42 passes for 328 yards, along with 3 touchdowns and an INT. Mahomes moved into some pretty elite company on Sunday, though, joining Tom Brady and Drew Brees as the only quarterbacks with multiple 5,000-yard passing seasons, as the Chiefs stayed alive for the top seed in the AFC, bouncing the Broncos for the 15th consecutive time, 27-24. And at number 1 this week is a QB who turned back the clock to get his team to the postseason. Bucs quarterback Tom Brady was terrific against the Panthers on Sunday, particularly in the second half. Brady threw for 432 yards and 3 deep touchdowns to Mike Evans, which we talked about before. The 7-time Super Bowl winning QB went 34 for 45 and produced a passer rating of 127.3, while also rushing for a touchdown score. Brady and the Bucs erased a double-digit fourth-quarter deficit for the 2nd week in a row to clinch their 2nd straight NFC South championship, bouncing the Panthers 30-24. What a Week 17. All quarterbacks in the top 3 of this week's list. We will see what the final week of the season, Week 18, has in terms of playoff performances, or playoff-like performances, I should say. It's the time of year when everybody's got to start stepping up and putting numbers on the board. We will be back next week. We'll see you then.